Give me a sec. Hey guys, it's Tony and Reggie from the Heroes Unheard podcast coming back at you for another episode. Reggie, how you doing?
Doing great today, doing great today.
How you feeling about it?
Man, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a blessing.
We got some amazing guests. We got
Yes,
some
we do.
cool announcements, so let's
Yes.
just get to it because this
All
is
right.
going to be fantastic. So what we're joining with us is we have Sean and we have Josh from the PACC, which is the Pennsylvania Cigar Club, with a lot of great information about what they do for our vets and our first responders, as well as how we're going to partner with them for 2025. But before we get started, I knew that today's your big day, Josh. So, in your honor, now I can't say I'm with you with the Eagles. I cannot. Well, I got PA pride, sir, so I'm coming at you.
Oh, here you go.
I'm coming at you with some stuff today because I do support PA and I do not support Kansas City.
Oh boy.
So I wanted to make sure that I was
That's
ready to
nice.
go. Now, Reggie, I don't know if you know this about me,
Some things I don't, but go ahead.
but I was told by one of our viewers
That's a
after
good
our
look.
episode last week
Yes, go ahead.
that I have kind eyes. But I had them hidden by my hat. So today I'm going to make sure
Oh yeah.
that I have this up.
Really?
Look at my kind eyes, Reggie.
I see them.
That
My
big
kind
ball.
eyes.
Amazing.
All right, let's get into this.
But I'm not sure where you're going with this.
Josh
Go
and
ahead.
Sean, more affectionately known as Pap. Before we get into PACC, tell me about Pap. How'd you
Yes.
get that?
That's this fella right here. I'll tell you what. This was a couple of years ago, 3 years, almost 3 years ago now. It was right before I turned 40. Yeah, I know I look a whole lot older.
I wasn't going to say anything, but go ahead. You're blessed, brother. You're blessed.
I had over 10 years ago I fell ill, and you know I'm much older than my age, and so at 40 it hit me, and I was struggling a little bit, and he would tease me and started calling me Pap. And in the beginning, I didn't dig it, but it grew, and it became affectionate, and now it's like the cigar industry knows me as Pap quicker than they do my own name. So I'm good. I'm happy with it. It's very cool.
Well, I love the name Pap,
Okay.
but I certainly don't, when I say it, mean that you're super old and you're beyond your
He
years.
does.
So, all right, we'll continue to affectionately call you Pap, but it comes from a good place.
It does.
So, Josh, tell us a little bit more about PACC. You invited us, Reggie and I, to an event earlier this week, and we've known you guys. We've shared a few cigars and a few stories over the years, but you were celebrating the local lounge trivia champs, and you
Yes.
did this cool thing where you pitted them against each other for some PACC trivia, and I learned a lot about your organization that I didn't know. And so I'd love to hear it. So tell us about why you guys did your organization just to begin with.
Well, first of all, I love what, with the studio here, having Swoop right here behind me. I don't know if the viewers can see it, but we got a beautiful eagle right here behind me, so go birds.
Okay.
My bird's pretty nice
So,
too.
sorry, didn't want to backpedal, but yeah. So we got started in April of 2021, and actually we weren't even PACC yet. We were called In and Around Northumberland County Cigar Club.
Yes.
Now I'll ask you that at the end and see if
I
you
still can't remember that, so I'm surprised that you do.
So we went under that name early, just as kind of a local thing. About 6 months after that, wanted to grow it. We only had about 100 members in the club,
Okay.
and wanted to grow it out to the whole state. So we changed it to Pennsylvania Cigar Club, known as PACC. And within a year's time, we grew to almost 1,000 members.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of what would that be? That would be 22. We or 23 actually, 2023. We decided, hey, when we become, when we get 1,000 members, we're gonna have a nice little 1,000 members event.
Okay.
And we did that. We actually gained 1,000 members probably in the next week or two after we made that announcement. And we were about 150 shy. So wasn't expecting to make it that quick, but as soon as we said that, everybody kind of came together and tried to get everybody and their brother on the group. So had a great event, was a great time. Right around that time, we actually is when we started really doing, things with foundational work. You know, at the beginning it was more or less about getting people together and exploring the state and trying different lounges and meeting new people.
Yeah, it was around that time, right? It wasn't the first year. We didn't do it the first year.
No.
It was halfway into the second year or something like that.
Yeah, so 22, we came to our event. We had Mission 22 that we were donating to, just kind of a foundation that we stumbled on. And then, you know, we donated to them the first year. Started right actually at the check presentation was where we started doing the live auctions. And that's
First
where
time.
yeah.
We had some donations, and I think that was the catalyst for it there.
Okay.
Yeah, that became our bread and butter.
Right.
You know, for getting money for the foundations, being able to give somebody something tangible, and then they're donating to a wonderful cause too.
And it brought everybody else into play with it too. Everybody got to participate that way. Yeah, I think it was a great thing.
So I think prior to that, honestly, you know, we were seeing veterans and first responders at our events a lot, and we're like, man, you know, we're meeting a lot of good people.
You're welcome. Yeah.
But it'd be nice to be able to, how could we give back to those people and, you know, at least do something. You know, even if it's not, you know, thousands of dollars all the time,
Right.
I think it'd be nice to contribute some way. And going through that course of that first year as PACC, we found that, you know, doing the foundation, donating to at each event, being able to do it that way, and then, you know, then coming up with the humidor, where it was for, you know, the vet's humidor.
Yeah.
And then any first responder or veteran that comes to any of our events, every single time, it's you were at this event, so you don't get. No, every single time any veteran or first responder comes to one of our events, at the event, they get a cigar as a token of our appreciation.
Yeah, the first time I was at an event that you were at, right? You had asked me to come over, and not only did you have the cigars, you were handing out fancy little challenge coins to vets and first responders as well. And I thought that was incredible. So one way that your organization gives back, to give purpose to more than just smoking cigars, is you invite in that connection, right? And we all know that, you know, based on our mission with helping the heroes tell their stories, there's a lot of great stories that are told over a cigar, right? It just brings a lot of people together.
It's commonality right there.
So I think the real first serious conversation I had with Josh was at an event where you asked me to come over and pick out a cigar. So that's one great way that you guys give back. You also are champions for Cigars for Warriors. Talk a little bit about what you do with that.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of places have Cigars for Warrior location, but Pap, if you want to touch on this more, I'd be happy to let you have the floor on this one.
Yeah, Cigars for Warriors is a wonderful foundation. You know, any active military, no matter where they are on the planet, they can get a cigar. You know, it's mailed to them, and it's wonderful. Having talked to some veterans that were active at one point and received a cigar while active, you know, it brings tears to their eyes, and it's a piece of home, is what they say. And they, you know, got chills now, just relaying that. You know, they get a lot out of that, and yeah, it's just a cigar, but to them, when they're out, it's not just a cigar. And you or Vinny came up with the idea of putting a label. It's like the address labels, but we have PACC, and, you know, thank you for your service. And we put that on the cigar as well, those that get shipped out to the active military, so they see that, they tear it open. It's just a little extra. You know, there's, you know, one thing that I try to bring into each time that we have our events is, you know, we can't do what we do if you guys didn't do what you did and are doing. So, you know, it's almost not a choice to give back. It's an automatic to say thank you. At the minimum, you know, here's a cigar.
I know.
Appreciate it very much.
Yeah, I know my deployments care packages were incredible, right? You're just getting beat up, weather, missions, right? And you get back And when I was there, it was Middlesworth barbecue chips.
Right.
Right. Even when I was stationed in Alaska and Florida, believe it or not, you couldn't get them. So my parents were consummate kind
Shipping
of,
them, right?
yeah, distributors. They were my Middlesworth dealers. So getting those, getting that mail call, getting those care packages when I was, out and about were so great. I didn't know about cigars. Don't even know if we were allowed on the base to have cigars, but I know how much it means to be on the receiving end of people back home thinking about you, and something as, quote unquote meaningless as a bag of chips can bring somebody such joy when they're over there. So I think that's pretty incredible. And the other thing I find that's pretty incredible about this, because Josh, you've called me out on this a couple times. I'm not one to necessarily always, take advantage of all the perks of being a first responder or a vet. I'm not, one out there all the time. And I've been at multiple events, and I'm definitely one of the ones that say, hey, I got one last time, no worries. But you drag me over there and you say, cool, that's great. But here's a way that as a vet and a first responder, you can support other military by taking your cigar, and if you choose not to put it in that box, right? And so you take the donation that's available to you as a vet or a first responder at this event and put it in the box for Cigars for Warriors. And I think that's a pretty great way that folks that come to these events to enjoy a cigar with not very much out of their pocket can take something and still support vets that are overseas doing the great things that they're doing. So I thought that was a wonderful thing too.
There are so many that won't stand up to be honored. They don't want to be recognized. They're humble about it. It's not ignorance. It's not meant in any negative way. They just would prefer not to be stood up and shown in front of others. So it's okay. We're humble. We're not going to force anybody. We're just going to say thank you and put this cigar towards somebody else, and they're going to love that just as much as you did. It's still another way of giving back.
It is. Reg, you did what, 8 tours at least?
Yes.
How many of those would you have loved to have a cigar lit up?
Well, I can tell you right now,
Right on.
the majority of them, we had cigars lit up.
Oh, you
So
son of a gun.
thank you. We're going on missions. We come back off missions. We get on top of our little cubicles and stuff at the middle of the night. Get on top of our areas, and we just sit back and relax. It was our moment just to
Peace.
woosah and let things go for a moment.
I think you said
and
it.
hold a conversation.
Conversation, but I think you said it's a little piece of home, right? And when
Yes.
you're out there in places where we don't know where we're going to be at and how long we're going to be there and if we're going to be coming back from it, having that connection with home is so very valuable. So thank you. Josh, you want to...
Well, yeah, and just even those short stories, like you talking about the Middlesworth chips, and you're saying that you were saying about his 8 tours and whatnot, and we getting to hear those stories, makes us pumped up and want to do as much as we can. And then, it also isn't just fed to us that way, that drive and that want to do more, and then there's other members in the club that had never served, and they're just as amped up and want to help. That coin that you showed there, we have a first responders one, and we also have a veteran coin. But there's a gentleman in our club, Michael Plover, he's like, you tell me when you need more coins, and he just that's his contribution to the club. Now, he contributes a lot of other ways, and a lot of members do. A lot of members contribute, but he's like, let me know when you're getting low, and he'll hit me up every couple months. Hey, how are you on coins? And we have coins all the time, ready to go, and it's a really cool thing to give a veteran, a first responder, a coin. Thank you for your service, and then wow,
it's cool.
It's
when
not
they've
much.
never received it too. Out and about, cool when they've never received it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
So to be able to do that little part and to be able to keep doing the cigars, and dude, we have a whole cooler full of cigars. I have probably 300 cigars in there, so
He's a
we're not
beginner.
running out.
He's a beginner.
Those rookie numbers, you got to get
Those
those up.
rookie numbers.
Those rookie
Listen, I
numbers.
got to be honest here. They're not cigars to laugh at either.
Right.
I mean,
They're not
there are some...
Factory cigars,
There are some good cigars in there, and again, it's not just if you're a vet or a first responder to pick from your lot and put in there.
Right.
Right, you can buy at these events or stop at an event that you have, and you can donate from your own stash to put in there. And
it's
so
a two-way humidor.
another great way to support folks with not necessarily, if you can't do it financially or through your time, if you have some cigars that you're rotating out of your humidor, you can drop them off at these guys and you can know that they're not going to be sold. They're going to be in the hands of first responders and vets. Now, before we move on,
Absolutely.
I got a question real quick, though. You're saying drop stuff off. How do they contact you?
As people in general.
Yes.
So I'm on Facebook and I have the email, and the easiest way is to message me through Facebook.
Okay, so we're looking at what? PACC?
Yeah,
What are we looking at?
If you go to PACC, we do have, you can find Pennsylvania Cigar Club. You pull it right up, it'll take you right to the page.
Okay.
And then you can direct message me. If somebody wants to donate, they can absolutely do that, or they can look me up. There's probably a couple Josh Hoovers, so it's probably a lot easier to get me through PACC and then go that route. Or if they want to email me at packexperience@gmail.com, they can get me that way as well through email, and I can send them the information that way as well.
Okay, we just gotta make sure you put that out on our site as well.
yeah, we can definitely put that out on our information
Yeah.
site because we got that cool thing coming up talking about our collab and our partnership. And as well, if you have
Yeah.
anything, you can come through the foundation and we'll be getting you hold off. I've been part of these live auctions a couple of times.
All right.
And these are pretty exciting. You got to
They are.
give them a taste of what they're missing, Josh.
Oh.
Because I don't know if you had this skill prior to this.
No,
Definitely
if you
not.
Went, if
I
you
know,
went to
I'm
some
just
kind
saying.
of training, or
Well,
this
yes.
just comes naturally with the Jaeger and the Red Bull, man.
that
But I'm
helps.
telling you, it gets me pumped every time I hear it. So give them a taste.
Two
Give
and
them a
half
taste of
years
what they're
of
missing.
experience, yeah. That's,
All right, who do we got bidding on this?
Well, we got,
On this Scotch candy. We got Scotch candy here. Remember, this is not just a piece of Scotch candy. This is also going to a wonderful cause, like Heroes Unheard Foundation, like we have today. Come on, keep that in mind. Do we got 10 cents here? Do we got 10 cents anywhere in the room? Do we got 10 cents? Come on, Chris.
10.
Yeah, there
There
we
it
got
is.
10. Do we got
There we
15? Do we
go.
got 15? 20. We got 20. Do we got 20? We got 20 right now. We got 20 right now. Do we got 35? Do we got 35? Do we got 36?
50.
50, we got
Comes
50,
with
do we
the
got
link.
50, do we got
Comes
60,
with
do we
the
got
link.
60, we have 50 right now, do we got 60?
100.
100.
Oh my gosh.
100 pennies, that's a
100
dollar.
pennies.
That is a whole dollar, folks, but remember, it's not just this, listen to this, beautiful, tasty piece of candy that I didn't lick and spit at Reggie yet, but it is also going for a good cause. Do we got more than a dollar? We
110 to close it out now.
110. We have 110 going once, going twice. Sold to Reggie right over
I'll
here
take
to
that.
my left. Maybe you're right.
Yes.
How was that?
That was fantastic.
That is
It's
how
just
it
a
goes.
little
That
taste
right
of the
there.
energy that we get at these events. I love it. And so just another great way to support PACC. But you made a pretty good announcement there. And what we're really excited about, and why we're super excited to have you guys here today, is that you were looking for a new foundation for this year. Now, you gave me the numbers. You gave the numbers. Just this is your fourth year of doing donations to a foundation.
Yes.
And in the previous years, you're just under $20,000 through these live auctions and other ways, raising that you give right back to these local organizations supporting vets and first responders.
Yeah.
And we were super lucky and so grateful that we got picked for 2025.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it and what great things you're about to do this year.
Yeah, so like you said, this will be our fourth year. First 2 years were Mission 22, and then National Fallen Firefighters Foundation was last year. My take, before I let Pat run the table on this thing, is I am very happy that we have more of a local foundation this year. I know you guys are pretty new. Newer foundation, maybe not out there as much as National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, but the fact that you are more local and we can literally message you in a second and
Yes.
have an answer.
Yeah.
We can call you up. You're a drive away.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have an event coming up on February 16th. At the Cigar Loft, Aroma Cigar Loft in Lidditz, Pennsylvania. Hopefully, you guys can make it. Something that we typically only do at the end of the year is have a representative from the foundation. But if you guys can make more events, that would be an amazing plus. Because every event that we have a live auction to support said foundation.
Mhm.
Heck, the other night we threw one
Yeah.
together
Yes.
during the
that-
championship.
That wasn't the plan.
Right.
It just ended up being that way. It worked out great.
And
Yeah, we raised
that was, itself was
$400.
$400. I mean, I paid $20 for a flag.
Right?
I mean, that's what you do. You just get stuck into the sportsmanship over here that you just can't not donate,
Right,
and it's
right.
fantastic. But they're really good stuff that you guys get throughout the year too.
Oh, thank you.
Tobacco Company did a great job hosting that and donating some items for the auction.
Yes.
So those are fantastic.
Yeah.
But so this was super exciting, Reggie. I know you and I were super pumped that we were even in the consideration because we knew
Yes.
these guys, and here we are.
Reggie was
there
so
are other,
excited.
there are other larger foundations that are out
Yeah.
there, and for us just becoming it, we're trying to scale this program. But the one thing about us, you said it, we're local,
Mhm.
and this is something that he's been sitting there dreaming about, and we sit there and came up and say, you know what? Let's squeeze the trigger on it right now because people are in need. The longer we sit there and wait, the deeper problems are going to get.
Right. Yeah, we were, like Josh said, super excited for a local. There's nothing wrong with a national or international big. They're great causes, like right, but we're just a small club that's grown into one of the biggest in the state. It's cool,
Mhm.
right? Not planned, just what it became. But sometimes when things are larger, small things are overlooked. And we were hoping to bypass any of that with a smaller foundation because, like cigars, boutique, sometimes you get a lot better product with a smaller foundation because there's a lot more care in the product. And that's what we were really jonesing for. And I think we found out with you guys, you're right around the corner. And what you're representing and trying to help is exactly the wheelhouse for us. We talked about the humidors that we have, Cigars for Warriors, and that's active military, but there was never really anything for veterans, and there's not really anything for first responders. So we brought another humidor into the mix and called it Vets and First Responders. And that way, okay, anybody that comes in and you're a vet or a first responder, here's your cigar. You're not out in deployment, so nobody's going to send it to you. So if you're here, we'll give it to you. And that's kind of the sense we made of it. And it was pretty easy. It wasn't very difficult, but it became like something that we really enjoyed doing. And some people really enjoy getting that cigar, and others don't want to. And to each their own. But it's nice to give back a little bit. And, this is the wheelhouse. You guys are doing the same thing that we do on a smaller scale. That just, we're giving out cigars for those people in those areas. And you guys are doing a whole lot more. And I think it's great.
But we got a lot of great things
Yeah,
that
it's a
we're scaling
blessing.
into this year that we're super excited about. We're just trying to pace all the amazing announcements. We got one coming up here momentarily. But I know something that was super important to me, and that's why Reggie, has been tremendous as a partner as we've been able to do this, is that local footprint, right? Because we want to make sure that we maximize all the efforts that organizations like you and everybody out there that's supporting it, that we want to maximize the number of dollars that come back into our local community. We don't want to turn anybody away, certainly, from outside of that, but we're really proud to make sure, right, that it really is going to be those folks that are coming to your house or to your aid in a time of emergency that you're supporting. And I think that makes a big difference for people wanting to support, right, as they want to see that come back. So we're really proud to make sure that a lot of what we want to do, scale, grow, and different programs and organizations we want to do is going to be right here in the local area for our local people. So that's fantastic. So we're super excited. I can't speak for Reggie, but I am super thankful and super appreciative of everything that you guys have done and all of the amazing things that you've done for our vets and our first responders.
Thank you.
And I think that's an understatement. You go out into your live events and you're talking about all these foundations, but you don't give enough credit to yourself. So I think it's really awesome what you two are doing.
Thank you. Appreciate
that.
Appreciate it very much.
Reggie, I've been sitting on this.
Oh, here we go.
Okay,
Oh
but
boy.
Here we go.
I have been sitting on this for so long.
Get
Thought
ready.
you
and I'm tired of you teasing me about it. So either
I
tell me something or keep it
cannot
moving.
possibly keep this a secret much longer.
It shouldn't be a secret to me. Let's go. What do we got?
Well, it is a secret to you, but
Well,
it's a
I know
secret to
it is,
everybody
but-
else. And I have been exploding. Are you ready for this? So, we're gearing up. We are less than 2 weeks away from
Yes,
our
yes,
launch
yes,
event, and
okay.
this is like Christmas morning. I haven't slept the entire month of January.
Oh boy.
I cannot wait for this. But one of the really cool things that we're doing with a partnership with another local lounge, the
Yeah.
611 Collective out of Mechanicsburg. Billy's been a fantastic
Yes, yes,
supporter.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, is we've been talking about our own exclusive event party band. And we've been sitting on this, but I think it's time that we need to let the public know. I think it's time that
Okay.
we release this. And I think as we release this, we put this out to the world, and there it is. There it is. Of all the designs,
Bottom line.
of all the time,
Oh boy. Boom.
we have our exclusive Heroes Unheard Foundation
That's
band
pretty.
that's launching now up into and through the event. Tell me about it. What are your thoughts? What is some of the stuff that was meaningful to you as we put together this band?
One. Oh, whoa. Where'd my band go?
Okay, here goes.
Oh.
Reggie didn't get enough.
I'm telling you, I'm excited. I'm excited about the whole band situation.
It
For the
is
sheer
nice.
fact,
That's nice.
when you're sitting there, you're saying, okay. He says, what do I get out of it? How that makes me feel? You all said it earlier when you said there are people that go unheard. They don't want to stand up and be recognized.
Right on.
Those are those heroes that are unheard out there. This gives them a voice.
That's right.
Someone's going to sit there and give them a platform to tell their story. As far as the cigar, that always breaks the ice.
Mhm.
Whether you're going to sit there and smoke that cigar with them or not, they may not be a smoker, but the sheer fact that you are there with them, offer it to them, it breaks the ice and allows them to open up.
Right. Everybody's
It's a
equal when
peaceful
they have
moment.
a cigar.
It is.
But it's subtle, right? We don't even recognize the other great thing about this band is we had a couple different designs that we were looking at. We wanted to incorporate the guy that did this design was fantastic. Man, you want to talk about local and responding. He got us through a couple different drafts. But what we really liked about this band specifically, right, is it's not just clean, and that's what we super want, right? But it represents the untold stories. It represents the vets and the first responders that are still in the shadows. And so the sides of the bands were left intentionally dark gray and black to really represent, right, that those stories that are left untold, that we are still in the shadows, right, those stories, maybe, I don't want to say that they're all forgotten. Sometimes we don't do a great job of letting people know about our stories, so it's not necessarily that they're always forgotten. We just sometimes don't ask for help, but they're left in there. And as you come to the center, right, as you come towards the foundation, we get that light, vibrant color. And that's what we're hopeful to do with our mission, all right?
Right.
And through a cigar or through, clearly we're not a cigar club ourselves, right? So this is a fantastic way, but there should be so many other opportunities throughout the year to get involved. But specifically for this, I thought it was super important to represent, right, all the folks coming in from the sides, Unheard, Shadows, the Ashes, all these different metaphors and analogies you can use to come into the light here through what we're hopeful to do at the foundation.
Well said.
Yeah, so we're super excited to share that with everybody that is attending the event on the 20th. After this, as we air this episode later today, we get this up, we're going to have some information that people can go to a link and
Okay.
get these
That's right.
pre-ordered through donations, right? So if you make a donation between now and the event on the 20th, we have some different ways to get some thank you gifts through a variety of cigars. We also have some incredible grand prize raffles. We got a TV. We got the luxury club seats for the Hershey Bears next season with parking. We got some golf. We're putting together an amazing basket. There's just so many grand prizes as well as some other kind of general raffles. And so when we have that link up, go to there, check out the different ways that you can donate. If you can't make it, but you still want to get into the auction, you still want to get into these cigars that are exclusive for this event, you can beforehand by going to that link. If you want to reserve it, you're coming to our event, but you just want to make sure you get it before they run out. You can get it ahead of time too and pick up at the event. So make sure you head to that link, make those donations, and get those thank you gifts between now and the event. And then I'm just super excited
I'm stoked about
to
it
light
myself.
one of these up with all these folks
Yes.
together at our event on the 20th and just share some stories, aren't you?
I cannot wait, and I'm anxious to see what the different variety of baskets and stuff are going to be out there with it. I know the one that I'm sitting there building. I'm not going to let you see it yet. It's going to be a banger.
This is gonna be a bang.
It's going to be a banger.
This thing is growing. We got so many people. We got great food.
Yes.
We got the local fire department, Colonial Park Fire Department, is going to spend some time with us because they're in the local area of our
Yes.
location.
Yes. We have some
We
local
got a
reps that
private
are coming out
bartender
there.
because they know we're going to be rowdy. We got a cigar bar. Listen, I don't know about you. This is just a shameless little plug, but
Let's see.
I will be signing my book, Heroes Within, while we're there. So you
There
can
we go.
also get a signed copy of Heroes Within at the event. All the proceeds, 100% outside of shipping, are going to go back to the foundation. So whether you get it at the event or through the website, and we'll get more information on that, we'll make sure. So we got a cigar bar, we got grand prize raffles, we got Representative Mattson coming to give a few words.
Yes,
We
yes,
got
yes.
food, we got music. Man, this thing is going to be a party, and I can't wait for it. And it's all to make sure that we're doing great things for our vets and our first responders, just like you guys at PACC. So, Reggie, any final words?
If they want to be heard, this is the platform to be at.
Right on.
The kickoff is going to be there for us, and we're going to be introducing, saying this is what we're bringing to the community. This is what we hope to scale through for the community. Because it's not about us. What you're looking at right now, this collaboration, founder, co-founders, we get zero out of this. What you're seeing now coming up is coming out of pocket. Anything that's received, it's like I said, it's going back into that local community.
It's beautiful.
And that's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
We're in a blessed position right now. We can sit there and deal with that. And it's the blessings that you receive are not for you. They're for other people. We want them to come to our doors when we call, but nobody's thinking about, hey, guess what? What kind of pressure is that person actually under?
Mm-hmm.
How are they dealing with things? And that's what we want to get out there for them.
Right.
Get them the resources that's needed.
Right.
How do they get that? The resources, what's out there for them to receive? A lot of people don't know that.
Right.
And it could be from ignorance, pride, what have you. But our goal is to make sure we open that door for them.
It's beautiful.
I almost wanted to cry, but I don't want to mess up these kind eyes, brother. PACC, any final
can't
words from
believe
you
it.
guys? Any final words?
Say something about his eyes.
Love what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see.
These kind eyes?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You can say
Don't
it,
look
Josh.
into him. Don't look into him, Josh. Just look away. Just look
Can't
away.
wait to see this thing grow.
Right.
Honestly, not
Absolutely.
just our partnership, but what you guys are
What
going
this is
to
going to
accomplish.
become. Yeah, right. You
Yeah.
guys are at the beginning, and I'm going to be there along the way to support you. PAC's going to be there, at least for this year. I'm sure beyond this year. It's going to be exciting. I'm
Yes,
excited
yes,
for this. What you guys are intended and what it means. Giving back. In the evenings, there's Monday evenings. There's a lot of people that give back to the homeless, and you see a lot what's needed, especially this time of year. It's cold, and teaming up with you guys, it makes my heart so happy because it's necessary. So I'm just eager, get this, kick this thing off on the 20th. See what you guys can do. Get as much out there as possible to get as much back in for those that need.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah. We're here for it.
I'm super excited. So coming to you from the Voice 17104 live studio. We want to thank them for doing all the great stuff behind the scenes. We want to thank PACC for everything you're doing. Make sure you follow them on Facebook. We'll have their contact information on our socials so you can get a hold of them or you can get a hold of them through us. Make sure you follow us on our socials. We're on Facebook, Heroes Unheard Foundation. We also have Heroes Unheard Podcast, so you can follow that as well. Our episodes are on YouTube, so make sure you follow the Heroes Unheard Podcast YouTube channel for all the updated episodes. What else do we got? We want to thank the 611 Collective and Billy over there for what he's doing,
Yes.
helping us with the custom exclusive bands. We just have so many people coming together to support us. We got a lot of great things coming out. We might even have an announcement on the 20th to tell you about a little bit more that we got going on. So follow us on socials. Make sure you reach out to us. And if you want to be a guest on the show, reach out to us at podcast@heroesunheard.org because we'd love to schedule you to come on and share your story, whether you're a vet, a first responder, or whether you're an organization like PACC that supports them that would like to get your message out. If not, we want to say thank you to all our vets, our first responders, and we'll see you out there.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.